Good morning, everyone. How are you doing today? I wanted to come on and talk to you a little bit this morning about the Belief Breakthrough Show, the new network that I have created that you can view on YouTube, Facebook, and also iTunes podcasts. So a couple of you have wrote to me and said, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this show?" And there are many different reasons why I have created this show, but the ultimate reason is to help inspire change within your life, to help change perspective, to break through limiting beliefs, to achieve the life that you dream of. So I have been through quite a bit in my life. I was diagnosed at 18 with an incurable illness. I've undergone over 30 surgeries to stay alive. I've lost one of my daughters. I've um, climbed the corporate ladder. I've achieved the job or the career that I dreamed of just to have it shattered and the floor drop out from underneath me. I've been through quite a bit, but through it all, it has created a strength within me that I didn't know was possible. It has allowed me to grow confidence, self esteem, belief within myself, understanding of why I've gone through all that I've gone through, and been able to come out the other side. Recently, I wrote a book, Stuck in the Fire, A Story of Resilience, which is one of three books on self healing and exploration. It is a trilogy called A Rising Phoenix, and I am so excited to be able to put it out into this world and to help to inspire change and healing among the nations. The reason I have started this show is to not just allow my voice to be heard, but to bring on experts that are changing lives all over the world, to allow you guys to heal, to allow you guys to hear different voices and different ideas and different types of healing that you can use to break through limiting beliefs, that you can use to change perspective, that you can use to inspire yourself to go deep within and deal with those festering wounds that you have grown to develop your entire life. There's this thing called ancestral pain that is real. It's very real. And it's something that I've recently started to deal with. So I wanted to bring it to your guys' attention because you could be feeling um, maybe feelings of worthlessness or feelings of not being enough or feeling as though you've got to put a mask up when you go out in public and pretend that you're someone who you don't feel like you are inside. And that's very normal. And a lot of us think that we're in this alone. A lot of us think that we're not normal with those feelings, but we actually are. And so there's this thing called ancestral pain and trauma or generational pain and trauma. And what that means is your lineage hands down their pain and disbelief and issues that they've developed that they haven't dealt with, they hand it down to their children. And their children take that bucket of pain and trauma and they grow it with their own experiences in life and their own pain and own trauma, and they add it into that bucket. And then when they have children, they still haven't dealt with their pain or their parents' pain. So they take that pain and trauma and they hand it to their children. And it gets passed on generation to generation to generation. And it continues that line of negativity. It continues that line of pain and abuse. It's that cycle that people talk about when they say, I'm breaking the cycle, I'm breaking the chain. That's what they're referring to, is that ancestral or generational pain and trauma. And so we come into this world and we're handed this invisible bucket of crap and we don't know how to deal with it. So the whole point behind this show is teaching you how to handle that, how to break the chain, how to stop that cycle of abuse, how to stop that cycle of trauma and negativity, how to not hand it down to your children and your grandchildren, and learn to look at it for what it is and begin to heal it so you don't pass it down. So, in regards to me, growing up, I felt like I was hated, literally hated by my entire family. Now, was I hated? I don't know. Maybe I was, but I choose to believe that that was the ancestral pain and trauma that was handed to me, and I didn't know how to deal with it. So I took that pain on as hatred, and I wore it like a jacket, and I wore it all over town. And every single time someone disagreed with me, I added that to the hatred, reminding myself that I was worthless, reminding myself that I was not enough. And you guys, that hatred boiled up inside of me and it turned me into a very, very ugly person. Growing up as a child, I was a bitter soul. I was so angry. And you guys, that was handed down to me from my parents. I They didn't know that they handed that down to me. That was not their fault. So I want to make that very clear. They didn't understand what they were doing. But that's what happens when you have ancestral or generational pain and trauma. You hand it down unknowingly until you stop and you realize that the bitterness inside of you is not your own, and you deal with it and you break that cycle of handing it down. So that pain and that trauma I brought into my world, and I took it on as a coat, and I was mean and bitter. And you guys, I hurt people because I was hurt. I was extremely abusive towards my siblings. I took joy in cutting people down with my words. I lied. I stole. I was a terrible individual growing up. And I admit it. I take responsibility, because when you hand that responsibility off to the next person, which is completely easy, and most people do, and they say, I didn't do that. That wasn't my fault. That was theirs. It takes that responsibility off of yourself, but it just hands that pain and negativity onto somebody else. So I admit, you guys, I was not the best person growing up. It was my responsibility to stop it, and I didn't at that point. But I've since learned what I've taken on. I've looked at that pain and that bitterness, and that pain and the bitterness is what caused my illness. That pain and that bitterness and that and not being able to speak about what I was feeling, not being able to speak my truth and being real and honest with myself is what caused my issue. That I was diagnosed with echolalia, which is an esophageal condition. That is, your esophagus is connected to your throat, which is your throat chakra. So all of that pain and negativity, not being able to speak about it for 18 years, literally shut my esophagus down. And the only way to reopen it, that we thought, was to have surgery. So I did 30 surgeries on my esophagus, and it didn't help. What I've learned through going through my healing journey is, by speaking my truth, by forgiving myself and my family and those that have hurt me, I was able to heal my esophageal issue. Now, I'm not cured, I still have it, but I'm able to manage it through dealing with my pain when it comes up, through dealing with my experience, through forgiving, acknowledging, and moving on. So that's what this show is all about. This show is all about teaching you guys how to heal yourselves with whatever healing modality you choose to use, whether it's one or multiple. I've done essential oils to help myself heal. I've done Reiki energy healing to help myself heal. I've worked with a life coach to help myself heal. I'm currently working with a hypnotherapist to help myself heal. I'm using many different modalities. There's so much out there, you guys. And I want to bring it to you, to your phones, to your televisions, to the forefront of your home, so that you don't have to sit in that bucket of generational pain any longer, so that you don't have to sit there playing the blame and shame game, so that you have the ability to shed the weight of negativity and live your truth and purpose. Just if you don't know, I am a trauma and an abuse coach. I am a Reiki master, and I have a passion to heal this world. And the way that I am working on healing this world is through helping one person at a time heal. I take you and I literally sit you down, and we figure out what is going on in that head of yours that is making you stuck, stuck from moving forward. What pain is holding you back? Where is it within your body? What have you swallowed and not dealt with? What have you stuffed and not dealt with that has now set roots within your physical body and is causing physical ailments? And we start to deal with that. How I help you to deal with that is through a process of holistic healing. And so we go through life coaching, and we talk about, what have you been through? What have you endured? What are you hiding or running from? What are you ignoring? And we get it out. And then we use Reiki energy healing. So for you that don't know what Reiki energy healing is, it's okay. Most people don't. It's a Japanese healing modality. It has absolutely nothing to do with religion, which is a common misconception. There is no religion attached to Reiki energy healing. What Reiki does is it uses life force energy, meaning that the energetic pool of this world that we all live in. We're all energetic beings. I say it's a therapy session without words. So Reiki energy goes into your body, and it finds those roots of negativity, of pain, the ancestral roots, the personal roots, the energy that others have put on you that you've absorbed unknowingly, and it dissects it from your aura, from your body, and it allows that festering wound to begin to heal. It takes that negativity out of your body without you saying a word, without you having to do any work at all. And it fills it with positivity and belief so that you can begin to move forward, so that you can take your feet out of the mud and begin to walk on solid ground again. And then I use essential oils to gently break the barriers that you have set in front of you to prevent yourself from not moving forward in your life. And we use that to encourage your soul to step into your truth and purpose and move forward. And so that's how I help my clients heal. That's what I do and I love and I'm passionate about. That is my type of healing, but I'm bringing on other experts because you guys, there's so many different coaches out there. There's so many different healers out there that may connect with you on a different level than I connect with you. And I want to know when I lay my head down for my final rest that I have done everything I possibly can to help this world heal itself. Through healing one person, you heal the world. Hurt people, hurt people. Healed people, help people. And that's my goal, is to help people to find peace and love within their hearts so they're no longer spreading that hate and negativity that is currently drowning our world. So, to answer those questions of, Tina, why are you doing this talk show? The answer is to bring hope and healing into this world. So, with that being said, my show, the Breakthrough Belief Show, airs every Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. Every Monday and Wednesday, I'm bringing on a different expert in healing. The every month is a different topic. So the month of July is my launch month, and we are working on mindset because everything starts up here. You bring thoughts in your mind at birth, at conception. When your mom is carrying you in her womb, you are hearing every word that she speaks. You are feeling every emotion that she feels, and you are storing it in your subconscious. So you are coming into this world potentially with thoughts of negativity without either one of you even realizing that that seed has already been planted. So every um so this month we're working on that mindset. We're working on breaking through those limiting beliefs. We're working on breaking through those seeds that have been planted throughout your life. Most of them have been planted before you were 7 years old, and they have grown through your adulthood. In August is the month that my daughter died. So August is my survivorship month. August, I will be bringing you stories of individuals that have gone through something horrific in their life. And rather than allowing it to drown them in negativity, they have pivoted their life and turned it into something positive. So the survivors will be speaking in the month of August. And in the month of August, I will be sharing with you my story of losing my daughter. In September, I'm going to bring you different coaches and different therapists because many people think that they're the same, which they're not. But also many people think you can't do one or the other, and you can. They work harmoniously together. So I'm bringing in life coaches and I'm bringing in therapists, psychotherapists, to talk to you about the different types of healing modalities they both teach and carry on. In October, it's spiritual advisor month because it's Halloween. So let's honor all the spirits, right? So October is spiritual awareness month, where I will be bringing in different spiritual advisors. I have astrologists, I have psychic mediums, I've got sovereignty coaches, I've got shadow work coaches. I've got so many amazing spiritual advisors coming in October. In November, it's self-love month. So it's all about being grateful and thankful for yourself and what you've been through and honoring all that you have lived through. So November is self-care month, and then December is financial awareness month. So I will be bringing in financial gurus to teach us how to get our money right, because finance is one of the things that really pull people down. Finances ruin marriages, ruin relationships. And so I want to bring you financial advisors to teach you how to grow your money and allow it to work for you rather than holding you back and holding you down and bringing in negativity into your life. We need to honor money for what it is, an energy, and we need to raise it up and allow it to bring positivity into our lives instead of negativity. So that is what the show looks like for the next 5 months. Mindset, survivors, life coaching and therapists, spiritual awareness, and then financial awareness. So, you guys, I hope you will really enjoy the show. I hope you will get something out of it. I hope that you will subscribe to the YouTube channel so that you can get notifications every time that we go live. I'm working on getting us on Instagram as well, and we will have the iTunes podcast here shortly. So you will be able to find us on many different platforms and interact with us. Another thing that's really cool is when we go live, you can actually comment on the thread and ask the experts different questions as we speak. So it doesn't have to be a monologue, it can be a dialogue with all of us. That's why I'm using the platform that I'm using, because I want it to be an interaction and I want you to get everything possible out of every single episode. So, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you've enjoyed this information. I hope you've learned a couple of little nuggets, and I will talk to you again on Monday.